Deep in the rugged Bandiagara Escarpment of Mali, West Africa, lives a tribe known as the Dogon. For centuries, they have maintained a culture rich in complex mythology, intricate masked dances, and a social structure that seems frozen in time. But hidden within their ancient oral traditions lies a mystery that has baffled astronomers, anthropologists, and historians for decades. The Dogon, a people with no history of advanced optical technology, possess detailed knowledge about a star system located 8.6 light-years away, knowledge that modern science only confirmed with the invention of powerful telescopes and the laws of quantum physics. This is the mystery of the star Sirius, and the impossible science of the Dogon. To understand why this is so shocking, we have to look at the star itself. Sirius, known as the dog star, is the brightest star in our night sky. It is easily visible to the naked eye and has been a focal point for many ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Greeks. However, in 1862, American astronomer Alvin Clark discovered that Sirius wasn't alone. It is a binary system. Beside the bright Sirius A is a tiny, incredibly dense companion star known as Sirius B. Sirius B is a white dwarf. It is so faint that it cannot be seen without a high-powered telescope. It is so small that it's roughly the size of Earth, yet so heavy that a single teaspoon of its material would weigh several tons. In the 1930s, French anthropologists Marcel Griol and Germain Dieterlen spent over 15 years living among the Dogon. They were eventually initiated into the tribe's deepest secrets. What they recorded was nothing short of miraculous. The Dogon told them about a star they called Po-Tolo. Po is the name of a tiny cereal grain, the smallest seed known to the Dogon. Tolo means star. According to the Dogon, Po-Tolo is the smallest thing in the universe, yet it is the heaviest. They described it as being white in color and made of a mysterious metal called sagella, which is heavier than all the iron on Earth. Even more incredible was their description of its movement. The Dogon claimed that Po-Tolo travels in an elliptical orbit around Sirius A, and that it takes exactly 50 years to complete one revolution. They even drew diagrams in the sand showing the orbital path, with Sirius A positioned at one of the foci of the ellipse, a concept that aligns perfectly with Kepler's laws of planetary motion, which were unknown to the Western world until the 17th century. How could a secluded tribe in Africa, with no telescopes or written language, know about a white dwarf star that is invisible to the eye? How did they know its color, its extreme density, and its precise 50-year orbital period? This is the core of the Dogon mystery. When Griol and Dieterlen published their findings in the 1950s, the scientific community was skeptical, but the details kept matching up. The Dogon also claimed there was a third star in the system, which they called MYA, or the Sun of Women. They described it as being larger and lighter than Po-Tolo, and also orbiting Sirius. For years, astronomers denied the existence of a third star. However, in 1995, two French astronomers used modern gravitational modeling to suggest that a small red dwarf, Sirius C, might indeed exist, explaining certain irregularities in the orbit of the system. If Sirius C is eventually confirmed by direct observation, it would mean the Dogon were right about 3 separate components of a star system that we are only just beginning to map. But the Dogon's knowledge didn't stop at Sirius. They also described the 4 Galilean moons of Jupiter and the rings of Saturn, things that are impossible to see without at least a basic telescope. They spoke of the Milky Way as a spiral galaxy and understood that the planets in our solar system revolve around the Sun. Naturally, this led to a variety of theories. The most famous, and perhaps the most controversial, was proposed by Robert Temple in his 1976 book, The Sirius Mystery. Temple argued that the Dogon's knowledge was too accurate to be a coincidence. He suggested that thousands of years ago, extraterrestrial beings from the Sirius system visited Earth. These beings, whom the Dogon call the Nommos, were described in the legends as amphibious masters who came from the sky in a great vessel. According to the myths, the Nommos shared their astronomical knowledge with the Dogon ancestors. To proponents of the ancient astronaut theory, this is the smoking gun, physical, scientific proof of alien contact. However, mainstream science offers a more terrestrial explanation: cultural contamination. Skeptics like Carl Sagan argued that the Dogon might have acquired this information from Western visitors. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, many explorers, missionaries, and even astronomers visited West Africa. It's possible that someone discussed the recent discovery of Sirius B with the Dogon elders. Because the Dogon value oral tradition and the integration of new information into their mythology, they may have incorporated these Western astronomical facts into their own folklore over a few decades. By the time Griol arrived in the 1930s, the ancient knowledge was actually only 40 or 50 years old. But this theory has holes too. Griol noted that the Dogon rituals related to Sirius B, specifically the Sigue ceremony, were tied to a 60-year cycle that had been documented for centuries. Artifacts and masks used in these ceremonies, some dating back to the 15th century, suggest that the importance of the Sirius system in Dogon culture predates any possible contact with modern Western astronomers. Furthermore, why would the Dogon choose to center their entire religious framework around a random piece of information provided by a passing traveler? There is also the perspective of indigenous science. Some scholars argue that we underestimate the capacity of ancient peoples to observe and deduce the nature of the cosmos through methods we don't fully understand. Could there be a way to observe the heavens without glass lenses? Some have suggested the use of natural telescopes, such as deep wells or specific atmospheric conditions, though there is little evidence to support this for seeing something as faint as a white dwarf. In the 1990s, anthropologist Walter Van Beek attempted to replicate Griol's work. He found that while the Dogon certainly revered Sirius, he couldn't find many elders who spoke of Potolo with the same level of detail Griol recorded. He suggested that Griol might have led his informants, asking suggestive questions that influenced their answers. This added a layer of doubt to the entire mystery. Was the Dogon knowledge a genuine anomaly, or was it the result of an enthusiastic researcher seeing what he wanted to see? Despite the skepticism, the Dogon mystery refuses to go away. Even if we account for potential contamination or researcher bias, the sheer specificity of the heavy metal description and the elliptical orbit remains haunting. If the Dogon truly knew about Sirius B through their own means, it challenges our entire understanding of the history of science. It suggests that the path to knowledge is not a straight line from primitive to advanced, but a complex web where different cultures may arrive at the same truths through vastly different journeys. Today, the Dogon continue to live in the cliffs of Bandiagara. Their dances still tell the stories of the Nommos and the stars. Whether their knowledge came from the stars, from travelers, or from a deep, ancient intuition, it reminds us of a fundamental truth. The universe is far more connected than we often realize. We look at the same sky, but we see it through different eyes. The Dogon didn't need a telescope to feel the weight of the stars. They integrated the cosmos into their daily lives, reminding us that even the smallest seed can hold the weight of a sun. As we continue to point our most advanced senses towards Sirius, looking for that elusive third star, we might find that the answers have been sitting in a sand drawing in Mali all along. The mystery of the Dogon is not just about astronomy. It's a story about the human drive to understand the infinite and the secrets that remain hidden in the quiet corners of our world. Is it proof of ancient aliens? A case of cultural blending? Or a testament to the untapped power of human observation? Whatever the truth, the Dogon star mystery remains one of the most fascinating intersections of ancient myth and modern science. It keeps us looking up, wondering what else we might have missed in the vast, silent reaches of the night sky. In the end, perhaps the most important lesson from the Dogon is one of humility. In our modern age, we often assume that we are the first to truly see the universe. We rely on our machines and our math to tell us what is real. But the Dogon remind us that there are many ways to know the world. Sometimes, the most profound truths aren't found in a laboratory, but in the stories passed down from generation to generation, under the light of a star that shouldn't be there, yet somehow always was. The mystery of Potolo is a bridge between two worlds, the world of the ancient and the world of the future. It challenges us to look beyond our own perspectives and to respect the wisdom of those who came before us, even if that wisdom seems impossible. As we move forward into a new era of space exploration, we carry the questions of the Dogon with us. Because in the vastness of the cosmos, we are all just observers, trying to make sense of the light. So, the next time you look up at Sirius, the brightest star in the winter sky, remember the Dogon. Think of the small seed, the heavy metal, and the 50-year dance of an invisible companion. Whether it was taught by visitors from above or discovered by the genius of the human spirit, the knowledge is there. It is a reminder that the universe is full of mysteries, and sometimes, the most incredible ones are hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to listen to the stories told in the shadows of the cliffs. As science progresses, we may one day find a definitive answer. We may find Sirius C, confirming the Dogon's map once and for all. Or we may find evidence of a forgotten traveler who shared a secret in the 1920s. But until then, the mystery remains a beautiful enigma. It serves as a testament to the wonder of discovery and the enduring power of myth. The Dogon people, with their complex orbital knowledge and their connection to the heavens, stand as a symbol of the infinite potential of human understanding. Their story is our story, a search for our place among the stars, and a journey toward a truth that is as heavy as Sagala and as bright as the morning star. In this exploration of the Dogon star mystery, we've seen how science and folklore can intertwine in ways that defy easy explanation. We've looked at the evidence, the theories, and the critiques. And while we may not have a final answer, we have a deeper appreciation for the mystery itself. The universe is wide, and our understanding is still growing. But one thing is certain, the stars will always have stories to tell, and as long as there are people to listen, the mystery will live on. We wrap up our journey through the Bandiagara Escarpment and the Sirius system. The Dogon continue their rituals, the Nommos remain in the realm of legend, and Sirius B continues its silent, heavy orbit, 50 years at a time. The science is there, the mystery remains, and the sky is waiting. Thank you for joining us on this investigation into the impossible science of the Dogon. Until next time, keep looking up, for the universe is far more mysterious than we can ever imagine.